Good, happy Monday evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Monday evening edition of Politics with Riley King. Let's begin. First up, school officials say governor's veto of budget hurts some districts. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger.
With Governor Chris Sununu's veto of a $13 billion budget last week, several school districts in New Hampshire are in many ways left in limbo. That budget included $138 million in new school aid and $40 million in municipal aid that districts had hoped to use in making decisions on how to move forward in the next school year.
We're just hanging on by a thread. It's careless. What he did was careless.
Anne-Marie Gagne works for the Berlin School District. She says the district and the town are struggling, having just closed their last elementary school in June. According to the New Hampshire School Funding Fairness Project, they would have received about $4.5 million in aid under the proposed budget.
It would relieve so much for so many in the North Country. And it's not just Berlin. There are other towns as well. So, yeah. No, he needs to sign it. He needs to reconsider.
Governor Sununu said today that he supports school aid, but not at the amount suggested by the legislature.
So everything that the other side wants to go forward with, we can do, but we just can't do it without any conscience of the debt and the deficit that we would create down the road, as well as the additional tax burden would be putting on the people of New Hampshire.
The legislature and governor agreed on a continuing resolution which will keep the government running for at least another 3 months at previous funding levels. Reporting live, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger. Democratic candidate Ryan pushes 5-0B plan to help children be ready for school. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9 Political Director Adam Sexton.
At a gathering of educators in Concord, Congressman Tim Ryan laid out his plan to boost the U.S. education system. He's proposing $50 billion for schools to provide services beyond the norm for the classroom, aimed at helping kids be able to learn.
Around school counseling, around music therapy, art therapy, play therapy, making sure that these kids have access, really taking on the trauma.
Ryan wants to expand programs that are working at a school founded by basketball star LeBron James in his hometown of Akron, Ohio, created to put at-risk kids on a path to success.
The focus has got to be dealing with the kids' trauma, because their brain does not function properly when you're in trauma, as we all know, and so deal with that first and then get the test scores up.
Teachers say they're having to triage so many societal problems these days coming into the schools. They say Ryan's proposal would allow them to get back to teaching.
We work with mental illness, the wraparound services, making sure kids are fed before they're coming to school and ready to learn. If we could do this nationally, this would be absolutely amazing.
The Ohio congressman is also calling for another $100 billion to be invested in school infrastructure, from broadband to new buildings.
People in the media say, well, that's a lot of money. How are you going to spend, where are you going to get $150 billion? The tax cut that passed last year will end up costing us $2.3 trillion.
The congressman's plan also puts a big emphasis on social-emotional learning, which puts an emphasis on helping students build skills around conflict resolution and personal accountability. Live in the studio, Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Executive Counselor Andrew Zelensky launches exploratory committee for 2020 run for governor. Concord Democrat, longtime advocate for education, tax equality. Democratic Executive Councilor Andrew Zelensky has taken a major step toward running for governor in 2020 with an announcement Monday that he has stepped up an exploratory committee. Zelensky, 63, a second-term executive councilor for Concord, is an attorney at the Bryan-Scher law firm and has been an leading advocate for property tax equality in the state for more than 20 years. Warren returned to New Hampshire on July 8th for a town hall event in Peterborough. Senator Elizabeth Warren will return to New Hampshire on July 8th. The Democratic presidential candidate will hold a town hall event at the Peterborough Town Hall with doors opening at 3:15 p.m. New Hampshire lawmaker removed from committee after shooting squirrel. Rep. Jim Spillane killed squirrel outside hunting season, officials say. A New Hampshire lawmaker who shot a squirrel in his yard and shared a graphic photo of it on Twitter lost his seat on a legislative committee Friday. Deerfield Republican Rep. Jim Spillane shared a photo of the animal's bloody carcasses on May 26th in response to a vegan animal rights activist. He wrote, "I shot a squirrel on my bird feeder today with a .50 caliber muzzleloader. Enjoy," he wrote. The tweet prompted a complaint to the State Fish and Game Department, which sent officers to Spillane's home to tell him he did not have the legal right to kill the squirrel outside the hunting season, which runs from September 1st to January 1st. Democratic House Speaker Steve Shitloff said Friday Spillane was moved from the House Fish and Game Committee due to that warning. Spillane, who is serving his fourth term in the legislature, did not return a call seeking comment. He told the union leader earlier this week he was justified in killing the squirrel because it was invading his chicken coop, but Fish and Game Cole Kevin Jordan said a state law that allows property owners to kill animals that are causing substantial damage to crops, livestock, or property didn't apply in this case. Vice President Mike Pence to hold roundtable on opioid crisis. Visit business in New Hampshire tomorrow. Let's take a look at this video.
And tomorrow, Vice President Mike Pence pays a visit. Sources tell WMUR that Pence is expected to attend a roundtable discussion on the opioid crisis and also visit a private business and workplace. All of those events are expected to take place in Manchester. The last time Pence visited the Granite State was back in March of 2018.
Okay, and there you go on that video. CBP launches investigation into private Facebook group mocking lawmakers as they blast immigrant treatment. Congressional Democrats touring border detention centers along the Texas-Mexico border on Monday recounted findings call without running water, continued family separation, and sick children in quarantine. Before they arrived, some of the lawmakers, including Rep. Alexander Cortez, were marked with obscene memes on a private Facebook group properly populated by current and former Custom and Border Protection agents. Officials said they were investigating. And that does it for this Monday evening edition of Politics with Riley King. I hope you all enjoyed this Monday evening edition of Politics with Riley King. Have a great rest of your Monday night, everyone. I'll see you back here tomorrow night with another edition of Politics with Riley King. Good night, everyone, and bye.